Hey guys, let's quickly look at the US30 video, and also do check the website. I have a website where there's a whole bunch of other videos there. Check it at vindiforex.co.za. That's the website, right? Without wasting any time, not gonna waste your time, let's dive straight into it. This is, of course, we're looking at the weekly chart. This is the weekly chart right here. Remember, we're doing the US30. I've done the Nasdaq video. Check the previous video that I've uploaded yesterday. Okay, so where do we start? Of course, let's start by highlighting our structures, our key areas of support in the of course resistance right here. That's where we're gonna start. And of course, on this one I can see a trend line of some sort. Let me maybe choose 2 points where I can draw this shunt is right there. This is the point, and then another point will be this one. I'm simply going to connect these two to get that nice support trend line. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, simple, right? Let me know in the comment section if it's simple. If I mark another point, which is this one right here, and let's say mark this one again, I will get another trend line up here. This will be the resistance trend line. Okay, so we have two opposing trend lines right there. The other one, of course, is a support, and of course there's a support zone right there for those who are doing supply and demand. And of course this support trend line is sort of holding price right now, since we are in an up trend. Very important, we're in an uptrend, and of course sellers were rejected off the trend line. You will see when we dive lower to a daily time frame, then we're somehow in the middle of the two trend lines. Okay, let me look at the daily. Let me show you the daily time frame right now. So if here on the daily chart, I'm gonna do the same thing, these draw structures, and of course I'm gonna continue doing what I was doing by highlighting the trend lines. These 2 points, this is what I need. We're actually looking at this, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. We're looking at this particular trend line last week. Okay, and if you pay attention nicely, price did something on the trend line. Okay, price did something. This is the support trend line. That is what is actually holding buyers right now. So right there was a rejection, a very nice rejection there. And then of course, if you were able to move that nicely to the upside, congratulations to you. Okay, that is a rejection candle right there. If I mark this point, we can again have another sort of a trend line. This will be a resistance trend line. So if I mark these 2 points and just connect them, I'm going to get a very resistance, a very nice resistance dotted. I'm just gonna dot it up so that you differentiate between the two. The one is a support, the other one is a resistance. Okay, and we could see, of course, this bias pushing down a bit before going all the way back up to that resistance, that area of resistance up there on top. Maybe we'll see on the next chart when I dissect it on the next chart. This is the area of resistance. Those who are doing a supply and demand, once more, that's going to be your supply zone. Okay, so that's where we could see sellers sort of starting to pile up their orders around here, because that's where they reside. Sellers, they reside high. Okay, so we could see them once more pushing low. Easy, right? Is. Let me know if it's easy, because maybe it's not easy. Let me know in the comment section, and also don't forget to like this video in the meantime. So if we look down here, this is the H4 chart again. What do we do? By now you should know. What do we do? Structures. That's what we're actually going to do in this case. We're looking at the support, and of course the resistance. And so far we've been looking at what? We've been looking at your trend lines, and of course your horizontal support and resistance zones. Your trend lines and just zones, I just wrote zones for horizontal support and resistance zones. Okay, so let's just do that. This is a zone right there, and this is where the bias came from. It's the same as where the trend line, where you saw the trend line rejecting, it's the same area of support. In that previous shunt is there, we're looking at the trend line as a support. Here we're looking at a zone as a support, and we had some sort of double bottom taking place. Another area of resistance was taken out there, but now of course it's no longer the area of resistance, it's support, because we are just above it. If you look at this particular point, this is where the last sellers came from, and we can actually look at this one again, where other sellers were there. Actually the highest sellers came from there, and if we just look at this point, they're most likely to sort of connect down to that particular support. Okay, this is where we could see the new bias coming from, because we broke out of that trend line and we never retested. So if we retest it a little bit, we could see new bias piling up their orders from there. We of course looking at order flow shanties like that, right? So we could see buyers pushing back to the upside. A bit of a retest to the trend line is needed. Please mark those events. A bit of a retest to the trend line or to that support zone, and then we're going to push towards this particular resistance zone around it, which is the same as the one that I highlighted. It's the same resistance where the sellers are. So if sellers are there, we could actually see this particular zone playing out at a later stage, maybe a bit of a push back to the downside, because this is the resistance, this is where sellers reside. Like I said, I'm gonna keep this one simple, no weird stuff. If I continue, maybe let's look at the H1 as well. This is gonna be the H1 chart. Okay, so if we look at this one once more, what do? You should know by now. All right, if we mark that particular point once more and mark this one once more, it's the same trend line that I just showed you where I said we need to see a retest. I'm just showing you from a different angle, and that is broken, and that retest is it's not exactly what I need, but I know there's a zone that was broken around that particular point, and of course this is the H1 area where buyers are currently sitting at. We could see a spike going down to that zone to collect more buyers, and of course the stop losses for those buyers can be hidden below this. Tomorrow, should we get that on Tuesday or any day, we have to trade what we see, and of course a push from that H1 buyers zone. We could see that push all the way to the upside, but keep in mind there's another resistance in between that buyer zone and this one that I've just highlighted. All right, so yeah, this is where the H1 sellers could start piling up or some sort of rejection taking place around that. If you like this content, like and share. It's important to share with your friends who trade Nasdaq. Let's get this video to 600 likes. Otherwise, I don't have much sharp and yes man, don't forget to like and subscribe. Sharp.